Well, what's up, family? It's your boy, it's your preacher, it's your teacher, it's just everything. I'm watching this, listening to this to Legacy Builders podcast. We're back with another powerful episode, powerful conversation. I just want to thank you all who have been listening to us from the beginning, those who are joining into this conversation, joining into this powerful family, powerful community. I promise you will be blessed every chance you get. And if you haven't already, go ahead and share, and like on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at Legacy Builders Pod. Also, just share it. I mean, there's power in the share, and there's power in a lot of things that we do. So we just got to continue to grow this family. And I believe that if we continue to grow this family, I believe better things are coming, different opportunities, different doors. But it all can't happen until you start sharing. So share. All right, family. So last week we talked about a powerful conversation. We talked about the power of our pour, managing our pour, making sure we're pouring into the right people, make sure we're pouring into the right spaces, and make sure we're doing everything we need to do so that we are effective in this journey we call life. So last week I said something and it was so powerful, and I thought about it, and I just want to say this again. I want to talk about today. I want to talk about and ask this question: do you still believe? Like, do you still believe? So, every year around this time, people are in a state of like leaning into what they did this year, what worked, what didn't work, what it needed to be fixed. It's like every time around this year, we're already making our New Year's resolution. We're already making our New Year's like we're gonna do this different. I know every year it's literally like November, October. I get into that. I don't know. It's like seasonal where I get into that mode where I'm like, okay, what went bad, what went good, and I kind of get into this I kind of get into this faulty thinking because I don't know what it is, but in my mind, sometimes I always go to the negative first before I go to the positive. So, like around this time, I'm always thinking about, dang, what did I not accomplish? What did I not do? What did I not, da 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 da. And while I was recording last week's podcast, I talked about this thing that I changed this year. I broke my years up for the first time in my life. I broke my years up into quarters. I'm a teacher. I've been in school, and we always had marking quarters. We always had, first quarter, second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter. But I never realized that you could apply that to life. So the first quarter is January, February, March. Second quarter is April, May, June. Third quarter is July, August, September, and then the last quarter is October, November, December. And so the real thing I wanted to establish this year, and I think I did a good job, is I was so tired. I was always making New Year's resolution. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And honestly, it would fail by after my birthday, or even honestly a little bit before my birthday. So I would always start, for years past, I would always start January, Jack, there, let's go to the gym. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And that's, of course, I'm not the only one in there. You've done it too, where you laid out this long list of things you want to do in this year, da da da, this, you do all that stuff. But then I realized it was, and one of my good friends, my twin, Brittany Bryant, she gave me this idea. She sent it to me on TikTok, and I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" So we did this thing, and we did it together. And it's always good to find a community, or it didn't even have to be a lot of people, but a couple of people, or maybe just one more person, that your visions and your pathway of life seem to add up. And so they will be an accountability partner, and and when you have accountability partner, they can check you when you're not. Like, we both check each other. Like, you know what I mean? And it'd be the genuinest thing. It's not no competition, it's not nobody trying to throw shade. Like we have the spirit of discernment, so we'll see stuff and say, hey, didn't you say this? Da, da, da. Sometimes you don't want to hear it, but sometimes you hear it. And so we started this 12 week, quarter breaking up. And can I tell you this? Yes, I started to think about what I didn't accomplish, what I wanted to accomplish. But then I had to change, and I had to ask my question, do I still believe? Do I still believe that I did a great job this year? And I say yes. Yes, I looking back over the things I accomplished, I've been more consistent in the gym. I've been somewhat, and you got to be honest with yourself when you're doing this stuff. I was somewhat consistent with Legacy Builders podcast. I was somewhat consistent with my social media grind, whatever. But I was consistent in not giving up. Because can I tell you this? I had a problem with giving up. I had a problem with throwing in the towel, and here it is. Here it is, throwing in the towel and blaming other people, other things for the reason why I was not succeeding. I was blaming other people, other things, when reality was the reason why I was not winning, or the reason was why I wasn't seeing the results I was wanting, is because I had a spirit of procrastination, but also I had a spirit of I wasn't holding myself accountable. So I was wanting other people to do something that inner me, inner Jaheim, had to do myself. And here it is. Do you still believe? Anybody can ask you that. Anybody can ask you, but it becomes more powerful when you ask yourself. So I had to ask myself, do I still believe that I deserve a good life? So do I still believe this? Do I still believe that? Do I still believe this and that? And that was so powerful, because how many of us are still walking in disbelief because we won't put in the proper systems and the proper things, and so now we're in disbelief because so and so and this and that and this and that didn't believe, when in fact it wasn't their job to believe in you. It is not nobody else other it's not nobody else's job to believe in you. Now that helps. God, yes, it does. It helps to have a community. It helps to have people. It helps to have people speaking positive in your ear. But how could that help when they're speaking positive in their ear, but you're speaking negative in your own ear? And truth be told, that was me for so long. I would quickly go to the negative, and people are saying, oh, you're so great, oh, you're so this, oh, you're so that, and then I would be here saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, this, no, no, boy, please, you out here, you da 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 da. Before this year, you out here going to the gym, but then you in the Chick-fil-A line right after. You out going to the gym, but you ain't doing that. You out trying to help people, but in your mind. And so this year, I had to put in the belief system in myself. And here it is. I couldn't just go off of living off of hope and belief. I had to put in systems. I had to put in boundaries. I had to evolve to a place where I was working on me, and I had to tell me a true self-evaluation. So I evaluate myself truthfully, but here it is. I'm not looking at just the negative anymore, because I had a problem where I would just look at the negative, and truth be told, there was many more positive, or equally positive and negative, but the mind was telling me, here goes that instant gratification. The mind was telling me, but it didn't happen the way you thought it was. And here it is. There could be some of us who are listening, some of us who are watching me. The reason why your belief is scattered is because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to. But can I tell you this? Sometimes it happens the way it needed it to. God, let me say that again. Sometimes it doesn't happen the way you want it to. I promise you. that is one of the most gut wrenching, that is one of the most hardest thing to hear, when something you want so bad doesn't work out the exact same way that you thought it would. I didn't say it wasn't going to work out. No, I didn't say that it wasn't going to come to pass, but sometimes it's not going to happen the way that you wanted to. And can I tell you this? Sometimes that's the best thing that ever happened to you. I promise you it will. You're looking at a living witness. You're looking at somebody who wants a lot of things, but the path and the seasons and the season of my life that I'm in, this is a very critical and necessary season. And I'm experiencing wins, I'm also experiencing losses, but I'm also experiencing growth. Here it is. That needs to be your main thing in 2025. Even you and here it is. Let's stop waiting for 2025 to change. Let's stop saying that the magic ball is going to drop, and when when the year hits 2025, magically you're a different person. No, that is a dangerous thing, because that gives you false hope. And when you live off and build off of false hope, you have no sturdy foundation. Stop living off of false hope. Stop living off of this and that, and live off of a sturdy foundation. And the sturdy foundation comes from asking yourself, do you believe? And you got to answer yourself honestly. If you don't believe in that no more, it's time to shift those goals. Because here it is. If you don't believe in it and you're still trying to push it, it's going to continue to fail. But you have to tell yourself, okay, I may not believe in that part of me no more. But what is life? What is this season? What is this thing trying to tell me, that maybe I need to shift my belief? And can I tell you that doesn't make you a failure? Being a failure would be doing the same thing, insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. And that's what the beauty of being a human is. We have the ability to evolve. We have the ability to shift. We have the ability to change momentum, change wills, change hope, change belief. But that doesn't start. Let me bless you. That doesn't start until you answer that question. Do you still believe? You have to answer, you have to ask yourself that question. And it's not just a monthly thing. Sometimes it's a weekly thing. Sometimes it's a daily thing. I ask myself, do you still believe? Since I said that last week, I've been asking myself that. Do you still believe, Jaheim? Okay. If you do, okay. What are you gonna do about it? If you don't, what is the next step? And because I really want you to win, but I can't want it more than you want it. Your mama can't want it more than you want it. Your daddy, your relationship, your partner, whoever, your friends, your best friend, your cousin, they can't want it more than you. They can't want you to win more than you. They can't do that more than you. And so here it is. You have to ask yourself, do you still believe? And once you ask yourself that, you'll be like, okay, whoa, maybe not. And it's okay. But as we are in November, and November is come and went. God, it has. As we are in November, just realize that we we got somewhere to go. Destiny is calling you. Purpose is calling you. Legacy building is calling you. You have a legacy to build, and that's the reason why this podcast, to talk to you about legacy, to build legacy. You have a legacy to build, but here it is. You have to realize, and you have to know who you are and what your belief is. What are you believing in? What are you believing for? I can tell you what I'm believing for. This podcast to be I'm gonna say it every time. This podcast to be world known. For me to start getting speaking engagement beyond preaching. I want to talk about education. I want to talk about culture building. I want to talk about this and that. And for me to be in environments that fosters growth, environments that fosters collaboration. I want all those things. And so what I'm doing is I'm setting myself up. I'm planting seeds. I'm dropping seeds and I'm watering them. And the real thing that I'm telling myself is, once again, and these episodes just run around, don't get frustrated with time, but then also check your belief. Do you believe that seed you dropped in the ground, that seed you're watering, that seed you're nurturing, can you believe it can be strong like an oak tree? Here it is. I'm not planting a physical oak tree, but those seeds of building meaningful relationships, those seeds of building and building your brand, those seeds of doing, minute things, recording. Here, I'm putting myself recording in your living room with some lights you got from Amazon, some phone and a MacBook and a mic, and do you believe that this is not your final destination? Do you believe that you are impacting kids who will someday be future doctors, and right now they may not see it, future CEOs, right now they may not see it, but if you continue to nurture them and love on them and help them grow and give them what they may need in life, do you still believe? Do you still believe that you're not going to live in just a 1-bedroom apartment all your life? You're going to have a house. You're going to have a family. I tell myself this every day. And if I answer yes, I tell myself, okay, what are you doing about it? If I tell myself no, and there have been some things I told myself no to, I shifted. And so, you have that. Sometimes it's good to write it down. Like, if you were to look in the notes of my phone, you would see a lot of me just talking to myself, like encouraging myself, plans, systems, things I wanted to, and because I can tell you this, I want to travel bad, like bad, but I'm like, Jaheim, how you want to travel bad, and you wait till you say you're going this time, you wait till the last minute, and then you get mad. You get mad at the world. Oh, no, I ain't got that money. No, you didn't plan well. And in 2025, I'm not gonna let you procrastinate to destiny. I'm not gonna let you procrastinate to purpose. I'm gonna tell you to wake up. I'm gonna tell you, okay, if you come, don't come for me for no pity party, because I ain't got nothing for you. I'm gonna push you. Okay, what we gonna do? It failed. How we gonna shift? It didn't work out. Or it worked out, but you still stressed. Okay, how do we alleviate that? How we do that? That's what I'm on. Not just. Let me stop. Not just 2024, 2025. That's what I'm on right now. I'm on about solutions. How do we get to a solution? So, do you still believe? Ask yourself that every day. Do you? Do you? Do y'all? Y'all hear that? Do you? Do you still believe? Do you still believe? But family, that's all I have for you tonight, or whenever you're listening to this podcast. But I just had to drop that nugget. We'll be back next week with another episode as we are continuing. I'm telling you, God, I know what I'm gonna talk about next week already. It's like that. But make sure you like, share, like, comment. If you're on YouTube, comment, man. Come on. If you see our reels on Instagram, comment, y'all. Share the love. Ask me some questions. If you have some questions and some topics, ask me some questions. It's going to be good. All right, family. I love y'all. See y'all. Make sure you share, like small businesses. If you have a small business and you want to connect with Legacy Builders Podcast, come on. Let's build together. That's why it's called Legacy Builders. Not just build my legacy, build your legacy. All right, family. Love you.